America issued all of us a reminder of who she is last week when Donald John Trump became president-elect. Winning every damn swing state there is. And now all these folks on cable news. I don't watch Fox News now. So these are motherfuckers on CNN, these motherfuckers on MSNBC. Trying to explain to us why Kamala Harris lost. And all I'm hearing is a bunch of bullshit. That's why I didn't cut them off. Because if you ain't gonna talk that real, I ain't trying to hear it. But here we gonna talk it. I'm gonna say what just a few of the people on those programs have been saying, but I'm gonna say it in a way that they can't say. Because this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Put all your people on it. Because obviously there's an information gap between folks who got some damn sense in this country and folks out here voting like they fucking stupid. There's an information gap. I've been trying to do my best. Lord knows I tried. But the fight continues. But I want to dispel some of these myths, though. I'm not going to let these myths of why Kamala Harris lost stand. Because as I said just last week, that woman ran the best campaign at the presidential level that I've ever seen since I've been voting for president. That's from 2004 to now. 20 years, and she's been the best. Just in that 100-some day. Maybe you can say, well, that wasn't enough time for her to fuck up. I can give you that. But in them 100-some days, that girl was stellar. I'll mention what maybe her only mistake was that hurt her some. But even that was not why that woman lost. But let's look at these myths first. Okay, let's look at what these motherfuckers on this TV trying to say and on this social media. They want to say it was economic anxiety of the working class. The Democrats don't know how to talk to the working class no more. Bernie Sanders saying this shit. And you know Bernie always talking about working class. He's always talking about economics and all that kind of stuff. But Bernie, stop the bullshit, Bernie. You cannot sit up here and just say that, Bernie, if you're not also going to mention that real shit, okay, that I'm going to speak to once I get through dispelling these motherfucking myths, okay? Because when it comes to economic anxiety, folks being upset about inflation, which has come down now. It's come down now, okay? But folks were concerned about the price of shit. The woman offered policies to try to help working class and middle class people. She offered a policy about going after price gouging to try to catch these motherfuckers that's out here artificially inflating these prices. She did that. What the fuck we talking about? And guess what? Her other policies to help working class people and middle class people, talking about something that I mentioned before, trying to get Medicare to pay for caregiving, because she knows people like me who I'm here providing care for my mother. Hell, I can't be out here getting money. That hurts me economically. That hurts the economy as a whole. That's money I can't go get and let float around in this goddamn economy. That's less money I can pay in taxes. Fuck we talking about? Increasing the loans that are given to small business owners, to startups. Talking about the child tax credit, all this type of shit. And guess what? Her policies were popular. They were popular when you took her name off of it. They did studies, blind studies, where you take the candidate's name off the policies and just ask these motherfuckers out here, do you like this? And they say, even the Republicans saying they fucking like these policies. A lot of these Trump voters saying they like the policies once her name ain't on it. Same way they did Obamacare. Same way they did Obamacare. Y'all done seen some of these comedians and shit like that, Jimmy Kimmel and some of these other folks. They go down the street and they tell them folks the parts of Obamacare. But don't call Obamacare, just call it the Affordable Care Act. And folks were loving the shit. But then if you call Obamacare, no, we don't need that. That's socialism. He's trying to take over healthcare. The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here, man. Miss me with that shit. Hell, motherfuckers voted for the people who are inflating the prices. The Walton family, Lord, them mother. Who the fuck you think the folks that run Walmart down with? Who the fuck you think most of these wealthy folks who are running these corporations and setting these prices, who you think they down with? Come on, man. You playing right into these motherfuckers' hand, dog. Them motherfuckers know they can play with them goddamn prices, and folks gonna blame whoever in office for the shit. And they just sitting back there laughing. Cause now you gonna put a motherfucker in office who just gonna let them deregulate shit and give tax cuts and cut spending on domestic issues and shit like that. And then your ass left around here saying, man, I don't know what happened when the recession hit. Then you're going to want to vote for a Democrat to come clean this shit up. Dumbass motherfuckers. Dumbass motherfucker. And I ain't trying to change no minds in this, so miss me with that. Or don't be up here, how do you think you're going to sway voters by talking to them like that? You can't sway these motherfuckers, obviously. If somebody who's been found liable for rape by a jury, somebody who's been found guilty of felonies by a jury, if and all the idiotic things that motherfucker has said on tape as a candidate in 2016, as a president from 2017 to 2021, as a candidate this time, let alone January 6th and all that kind of stuff, and lying about his election loss and getting motherfuckers killed behind it, all of that. If that shit didn't make them not see that this is not somebody that need to be in the White House, I can't sway them folks. So I'm trying to talk to those who may feel some type of way in this moment and you really want to understand what happened and you can't understand it. I'm talking to you. Okay? I'm trying to talk to you. Cause fuck these other motherfuckers. Trump wasn't trying to sway nobody. He just out there. He was up here on some fuck them shit, but for evil. I'm finna be on some fuck them shit for righteousness. Fuck these evil dumbass folks. Those of us who are righteous got to go just as hard as these folks on this MAGA side. But we got to do it for righteousness. That's what got to be done. That's what got to be done. So I ain't finna change my motherfucking tone. Don't say nothing else to me about my goddamn tone ever again. Nobody. Nobody. I don't want to hear from nobody. America voted for Trump ass again. And yeah, the first time he lost the popular vote, Hillary won that bitch by 3 million more votes. That shit should not have been close then. Shouldn't have been close. We got this dumbass electoral college system that they don't bother to change. So yeah, America to put this bitch in office twice. Don't say shit to me about my tone while this motherfucker represents America. Don't say shit. But let me keep moving. Another myth is that she needed more time for voters to get to know her. Bullshit. The woman ran for president back in 2019, 2020. She ran for president her damn self. She was on a debate stage with Joe Biden. Okay. Then, when Joe Biden won the nomination, Joe Biden made her his vice presidential running mate. The woman was in a debate back then with Mike Pence, whooped his ass. They won the presidency. The woman been the sitting vice president of the United States since January 20th, 2021. And folks talking about we ain't get to know her. It ain't our fault. It ain't her fault that your ass don't pay attention to shit. So these years, you ain't know she was the vice president. You ain't want to pay attention to who your vice president was, huh? A person that if this person, the president of the United States, gets shot, which has happened many times in the history of the United States. So if this person gets shot and killed, she becomes president. Oh, and he just happens to be old. And during his presidency, seemingly more and more frail. So this person was literally a heartbeat away from the presidency. You ain't think you need to know who she was. She got books out here and shit like that, but of course you ain't gonna read that. Of course you ain't gonna read that. It's not on TikTok. You don't know. It's not. Come on, man. Wasn't on TikTok. It wasn't on Joe Rogan. I don't know about it. Shannon Sharp ain't talk about it until at the end. Come on, man. Miss me with this motherfucker shit. Miss me with that, dog. Folks just stupid and unaware. They ain't paying attention. That motherfucker could have been running for 15 years. Folks wouldn't have known. Enough to their standard. They still know. Oh, no, I just don't know about her. Fuck we talking about. Fuck out of here, man. Oh, here's another myth, though. Somebody said, I think it was Donnie Deutsch. I think I got his name right. On MSNBC. Talking about Democrats need to move to the center. The fuck does that mean, first of all? Fuck does that mean? What you mean by that? And I think he got pressed on there by Simone Sanders on there, if I'm not mistaken. But she ain't pressed him enough. Because I need to know exactly what he meant by that. What do you mean move to the center? What you want to do? She was running around with Republicans during the last weeks of the damn campaign. Like last 2 weeks, she running around with Liz Cheney and shit. She had an event with all these damn Republicans on stage. She telling you about how she gonna get him a seat at the table. Was that not being in the center for you? Or do you want to move to the center on what, foreign policy? I'll come back to that. Do you want her to move to the center on civil rights? Is that what you really mean? You want the Democrats to stop supporting the LGBT community? Is that what you really mean? Because from what I'm hearing, that transgender ad that Trump had worked pretty well for a lot of folks. That she's for they, them, and I'm for you. Seems like that worked for a lot of folks. Is that what you saying? You won't. So how far is she supposed to go with that? How far was she supposed to go with not supporting citizen civil rights? Was it just the transgender people? Was it also gay people? Was she supposed to come out against gay marriage or something? What was she supposed to do? You want to move to the center on immigration? She fucking promised that if given the chance, she would sign that damn immigration bill that was largely written by a conservative fucking Republican. The one that Trump told them for not to vote in favor of. That one. They on tape admitting that. Republicans are on tape admitting that Trump killed that bill. What do we mean by moving to the center? Let's go back to foreign policy. You want her to break with Israel? Did you want her to call for an immediate ceasefire? Did you want her to call for America to stop giving funding and weaponry to Israel? Because of what they over there doing in Gaza? Because of their response to October 7th? Which men are labeling genocide? With the civilians they're killing over there? Is that what you wanted to do? That don't sound like it's center. Sound like the position that she fucking took was in the center. Not breaking with Biden. And that's what, if I had to say she fucked up anywhere, was that. Not breaking with Biden on Israel. Because we just saw for much of the year, campus unrest. We saw these young kids turn the fuck up on these college campuses. Here where I'm from in Mississippi, we saw some ugliness up there at Ole Miss. Some of them frat boys really on some racist ass shit, saying some fuck shit to a pro-Palestinian black girl. You feel me? Like, there were a lot of young voters on the left who really don't fuck with what the Biden administration has done over there with its Israel policy. And I get it. I get that. Now, I don't get how they think not voting for Harris and allowing Trump to get up in that bitch is going to help their case. Because obviously Trump don't give a fuck about them Palestinians. He don't give a fuck. He calls folks who are pro-Palestine, he calls them motherfuckers pro-Hamas. He has threatened to deport them. Okay? But the sentiment I get, behind the hell she was, first, I'm saying that right now, because obviously that ain't what this motherfucker was talking about. Okay? He said move to the center. I'm showing y'all how she clearly was in the center on a whole lot of shit. She was in the center on a whole lot of shit. Okay? This woman ain't Bernie Sanders. This woman ain't AOC hell. Okay? This woman a former prosecutor. She ain't no former civil rights attorney. Fuck we talking about? Even though she's a child of that movement from her parents, she was a fucking prosecutor. She's center left in today's society. But when it comes to her being in the center on something like the Israel policy, that left her, or a lot of these young folks on the left felt like they got left hanging. But how in the fuck was she supposed to break with the sitting president when she's the sitting vice president? How in the hell were they supposed to finish out this presidency if she came out forcefully against Joe Biden's policy over there? Because that's what who is President Biden. And that's why I hate, you know, Biden-Harris administration. You know, these motherfuckers do that shit to try to tie you to the good shit from the previous administration. Using that over and over again may have been bad. Because clearly President Biden, despite the economy being in a good place, despite what motherfuckers saying that we're the economic envy of the world, he proved to be unpopular. See, a lot of that shit is divisiveness. A lot of this shit is social media. A lot of that shit is talk radio and let's go Brandon and all that bullshit. That's what a lot of that is. But tying her name to his, when motherfuckers don't understand that the vice president has no constitutional power other than breaking ties in the Senate and just being on deck in case something happened to the president. That's pretty much it. But when people who don't know that hear Biden-Harris administration, they look at her policies and they say, well, she been in there 4 years. Why she ain't get it done then? Not understanding, goddamn it, this ain't her administration. This Joe Biden shit. She works for him. So on Israel, even if she wanted to push Netanyahu to end that shit real quick, how the fuck she gonna say that and still work up under this man until January 20th? Come on, man. Her hands were tied. Now, I don't know if she would have done so. I don't know. She got a Jewish husband. I don't know if he's a Zionist or not. I don't know. Okay. I know Trump don't give a fuck about them folk over there, the Palestinians. I know that. And I also know that motherfuckers talking about she should have moved to the center. Fuck you talking about, man. Who the fuck you think Kamala Harris is? These motherfuckers act like Kamala Harris was up here calling for universal health care, reparations now, $25 minimum wage. She wasn't doing all that. She was saying some good shit, but she wasn't doing all that. But she need to move to the center. Miss me with that bullshit. Because we all know, real ones all know why that woman lost. They know. This election was about protecting white male superiority in this country. That's what this nation was founded on. White male superiority. The notion of it. The bullshit notion of it. Let me say that. Yes, it was. Go look at those so-called founding fathers. There's a reason why you don't hear nothing about no founding mothers. There ain't want no women in the fucking room. They were in the room arguing over my kind, whether we were property or not. Yeah, what we gonna do with them in this thing? We say this a land of freedom. What the fuck we gonna do with them over here then? Oh, let's do 3/5. Let's do the. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Self-explanatory. White males gonna vote for that. They see themselves in Trump. White women too. They see their dads in Trump. They see their uncles in Trump. I'm talking about the Trump voters. Not all. This is not all white males. This is not all white women. Okay. I'm talking about those who voted for Trump see themselves. The white men see themselves in it. Oh, I forgot that myth. Oh, people are tired of identity politics. What the fuck is this? How is this not identity? Huh? How is him winning the white male vote not identity politics? How is not questioning people's Christianity? How is that not identity politics? Huh? It's only identity politics when we talking about black people. Come on, man, miss me with that shit. The Democratic Party has not won the white vote since the Civil Rights Movement. Since Says Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964. God damn it, they say he know it. They say he know it. Motherfucker knew what he was doing. He knew he was signing. He knew them white folk wasn't gonna fuck with him. But he said for a generation, they say. That's what they tell me. They said he's signing away the South. But shit, he played shit weak. He played shit weak. He say we signed away the South for a generation. It's been more than a motherfucking generation, and it's more than the South. Obviously. Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania. And I'm saying all this assuming that the shit legit. Because there are things coming out about Musk's possible role and shit, and with that Starlink shit and all that kind of stuff. I try to stay away from conspiracies like that. I want to sound like the Trumpers in 2020 when they lost. You know what I'm talking about? If a reputable source starts reporting some shit about some possible cheating, we've had some reputable sources talk about this voter purging. They did that shit to my mama in 2020. And she went off on the motherfuckers up there. Okay. The bomb threats at precincts that are mostly used by Democrats, that was real shit. All the misinformation put online by these Russian bots and shit like that. Elon Musk buying Twitter and letting these white supremacists run wild on that shit. Trump just lying in his campaign commercial. All that shit did happen. Okay, and that's cheating, really. That's cheating. But at the end of the day, it's believable to me that these folks really just walked up in here and chose this man. It really is. Because like I said, Democrats have not won the white vote since that Civil Rights Act was passed. Now you tell me why is that? Was it economic anxiety? Huh? Democrats not listening? You saying Lyndon Baines Johnson didn't listen to the motherfucking working class? LBJ? The motherfucker who created Medicaid? The motherfucker who created Medicare? The motherfucker who created Head Start? Huh? The motherfucker who created Job Corps? That's what y'all gonna tell me? Oh, he didn't listen to the working class either, huh? That's what you gonna tell me. Okay. Okay. Or are you gonna tell me it was just Vietnam that made the white vote run from him, the white working class run from him, and lead to him dropping out of the race, okay, and giving that bitch away to Nixon, especially once RFK got killed? That's what y'all telling me? Bullshit. Because guess what? The white working class largely supported Vietnam. The white working class was largely your damn war hawks. The damn doves, the people that wanted Vietnam, the war to come to a close, the motherfuckers who were looking at Muhammad Ali as an actual hero, was the young white liberals on these college campuses. It wasn't the white working class. So it wasn't that war that made them say fuck the Democrats. It wasn't Medicaid, they showed enough needed it. It wasn't Medicare, they showed enough needed it and needed today. Let me not use it in the past tense. Again, that shit ain't made for 13% of the population, which that's where black people are. Stop it. He made that shit with poor white people in mind. That's what he did. So it wasn't Medicaid and Medicare and Head Start and Job Corps that made them say, you know what, this war on poverty, we don't like it. It was the Civil Rights Act. It was the Voting Rights Act. It was the Fair Housing Act. It was those fucking laws that made the white working class say, man, fuck the Democrats. They trying to get a country to the niggas. This used to be a white man's country. Come on, dog. Stop this bullshit. You're not gonna play with me now. Stop the bullshit. And then you might say, well, What about Latino men then first? Why would they vote to protect white male supremacy? Some of them consider themselves white. First of all, you gotta remember now, Spain, folks from Spain are white. Okay? Folks from Spain are white. The Spanish came over here to modern day Mexico and Central America and South America, largely, okay, and took that shit over. And there was a lot of intertwining with Native American groups around that bitch. So you got a lot of folks, they kind of feel like they white because they got that Spanish up in them. You know what I'm saying? And then aside from that, you got some of them who don't look at the white part. Some of that Latino male vote wasn't trying to protect the white part. They were trying to protect that male supremacy. You know what I'm saying? They got them old school traditional views, them old Catholic views, and they think the man supposed to run every goddamn thing. So this woman and a black woman, no, they don't like that. Because when these immigrants come here, largely, who hood they coming to first? Now I know some may have moved into some white neighborhood, but who hoods they coming into first when they first get here? It sure ain't the white neighborhood. They coming in this bitch with us. Especially when they come here low income, they coming into the hood with us. And sometimes that shit don't be going well in the hood with us. In my hometown of Canton, Mississippi, a lot of times some brothers who are in these streets be robbing these Latinos. I've been at a meeting with the Latinos. We're meeting with the Canton Police Department and other city officials, and they were madder than a motherfucker, complaining about crime and motherfuckers attacking them and shit like that. Because the street cats, they looking at them as an easy target. They like, shit, we know you undocumented, so it ain't like you can go to the authorities if I hit this lick on your ass. Because if you go to the authorities, they gonna kick your ass out of the country. And I know you probably got some cash on you because he folks paying you under the table over here at this chicken plant. So they looking at you like a lick. And they right, you can't go to the authorities because your ass undocumented, man. And let Trump tell you already a criminal yourself when you undocumented. That's how he look at it. But they don't think about Trump as viewing them as undocumented and the people like him not supporting immigration reform so they can get documented. They not thinking about the employer at the chicken plant and all these other folks in construction and all this other shit, that these jobs that they be getting, who are exploiting them, the Trumps of the world, who are exploiting them by paying them less than they pay native born citizens. They ain't thinking about them. They just thinking about the black person in the hood that they got beef with. So between that and between Kamala Harris being a woman, shit, the motherfucker wasn't trying to see that shit. Yeah, and they used to the white man being in charge in this bitch. The white man pays them. And some of them just want the job. Fuck it. We'll complain about them when we get off work. But we just want some work. We'll see how their kids feel about that. So a lot of times when the elders sell out, the kids often don't respect that shit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now you may say, well, first, why would black men vote to protect white male supremacy? And first of all, the percentage of us, I think last time I checked, somewhere around like 78% of us voted for Kamala Harris. That's still too low in my regard, but that's solid. That's solid as fuck. Okay, and it didn't change much. That percentage didn't change much from 2020. Again, I think it should have been higher. I think our percentage should have matched black women. Okay, but it wasn't that percentage of us who went out and voted. It was us. It was those of us who stayed the fuck at the house. Like some of my young boys saying they ain't got nobody to vote for. They ain't voting for no bitch. They don't like Trump, but I don't want no, this country don't need no bitch in office. That's what some of my beloveds said. You feel me? And I know I ain't influenced them like that. But this country show has. See, that's what Malcolm X was talking about. When Malcolm X said the black woman is the most unprotected person in America, the black woman is the most neglected person in America, and the black woman is the most disrespected person in America. He was saying that because the black woman catches it twofold. She catches the racism, but she also catches that sexism, even in her own home, even in her own motherfucking community. So yeah, the percentage of black males that voted for Shawty pretty much stayed solid. The turnout, too many of us stayed our asses at that house. You might say, well, first, why would they do that? Again, some motherfuckers ain't looking at that white part. They trying to protect their male supremacy. They don't think a woman can run the country. Meanwhile, a woman been running their motherfucking household. I know that's who ran this bitch. Oh, a woman can't be commander-in-chief. All the commander-in-chief of the military is doing is giving the order. The generals come to them, give them several options. Which one you think is the option we should roll with? Trump ain't finna be out there shooting at nobody. Joe Biden went out there shooting at nobody. Barack Obama went out there shooting at nobody. No sitting president been out there on the battlefield with their goddamn troops. Now, we've had several presidents who were formerly soldiers, but while you the president, you just giving orders. You sending other folks' children to kill and maybe die. A woman can't give an order. You done heard countless times of these legendary women in the street who'll put some money on your motherfucking head and get your ass done. What the fuck we talking about? So a woman can't do that. A woman can't make a decision now. What are we saying? Oh, they're not gonna respect her. They're not gonna respect her. Shit. That's America. We just got a reminder. It's a reminder. That's what it is. It's a reminder. We should have known. Sometimes you need a fucking reminder, so you know what you're dealing with. It just fucked up that we had to get this reminder, and it's real shit that come with it. It's real policies. That Project 2025 shit, some real shit. Yeah, some of these folks let that son bitch lie to him and act like he don't know nothing about it. He half telling the truth. You know he ain't read that shit. You know he ain't read it. But he know them people who wrote that shit. They his people. And they know he's a blank canvas. An empty vessel. They don't believe in too much. He loves himself. He loves his money. And he loves some pussy. That's all he loves. That's what he care about. Can I say he love his children or his wife? I don't know. I don't know. And the motherfucker that sit up here and fuck a porn star while his wife pregnant with one of them, hell, I don't know. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. But that's what he love. So they know they got somebody just gonna sign that name. That's all they care about. Does the finger work? That's all they need. Fuck what he think about anything else. Trump is the one who finally got abortion. He got Roe v. Wade overturned. Republican president's been trying to, or presidential candidate's been trying to get that shit done my whole life. That motherfucker did it. He did it. And y'all know goddamn well that man paid for some abortions. That man don't give a fuck about no abortion. He don't care. But the people that like him do, so he did it. He cared about them tax cuts. And he probably cares about deregulation. Because he don't pay no damn taxes and he don't want to follow no rules his damn self. But everything else, man, y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want to do with it. I don't care. I don't care. He don't care. As long as you like him. So they just gonna suck on that dick of his. And even if they don't like him, they gonna act like they like him to get that son of a bitch to do this. So it's fucked up. It's sad that we had to get this reminder and then deal with the policies that come from this bastard. Strength and love to all y'all out there that's gearing up to fight back. Because I will be too. Put it on something.